Is breaking down what this means and what the issue looks like in the legislature. Good evening, Elise.
Mike, Eva, the one House budget resolutions passed in the Senate and the Assembly today. And within those resolutions, the Assembly and the Senate repealed the Medicaid pharmacy benefit carve-out, which is a blow to the governor's plan. Governor Kathy Hochul's budget plan proposes a transition from Medicaid managed care plans to NYRX, a fee-for-service Medicaid program. But this week, lawmakers repealed this transition in their one House budget resolutions. The Medicaid carve-out originated in the state's 2020 budget. The implementation of the 2020 proposal was delayed for 2 years. The delay expires in about 2 weeks on April 1st. Some lawmakers say a repeal to the Medicaid carve-out would help avoid an interruption of services.
We want to make sure that the delivery of health care and the things that hospitals are able to do based on on 340B, that we still want them to be able to do that.
Some pharmacy advocates feel differently. They say this transition would expand needed access for Medicaid recipients to New York State pharmacies.
So the transition back to NYRX would be any willing provider, which would allow all of these pharmacies to be allowed back in network and allow patients to access what might be the most accessible pharmacy to them.
Some local county leaders say this transition could be beneficial for Medicaid patients to access their medications, especially in rural counties. They also say it could have an impact on the fiscal forecast that the Division of Budget uses to estimate the cost of Medicaid.
So the Medicaid program, wherever the state can find those efficiencies, and especially if they are basing budget estimates on that, if they can do that in a way that does not harm recipients, in my opinion, it's a good thing.
This issue will likely be a popular topic of debate in negotiations with the governor, and the final budget plan is due in 2 weeks on April 1st. For Erie News Now, I'm Elise Klein. Mike, Eva, back to you.
Elise, thanks. 185 years since her birth, Sarah Reed's legacy lives on in Erie, with the Children's Center, named in her honor, hosting a Women in Leadership breakfast.
Yeah, that happened earlier today. The Sarah Reed Children's Center welcoming local leaders, board members, and staff to the ballroom at the Bayfront Sheraton. And they're celebrating Reed's legacy of caring and highlighting as well to community members who advance that cause. The center's president